Hello and welcome to an Everquest video. I don't know what to title this. I think it's going to be Terror of Luclin Speculation. It's kind of been leaked, part of the name of the expansion that's going to come out here probably fairly soon. And not much information about it is available. In the DB strings file, you can see that there is a Terror of Luclin pre-order, and then the collector premium family and friends edition of it. And then there's going to be a beta at some point in time. And a few spells have been data mined. They were posted on different websites, including the Everquest.com forums. So a teleport Umbral Plains, summon familiar Rockhopper, pet illusion Rockhopper, summon Owlbear, illusion Akiva, summon Zeleniac, one of those dog looking things, pet illusion Lightcrawler, and summon familiar Lightcrawler. So that's all that I know. That's all that I know. All that I've found. I've Googled everywhere. I've looked in files to see if there's anything else. None of this I can claim the origin of any of these, but yeah. But what I'd like to talk about is speculation and what we could wish for or what we could expect. I don't know how well this video is going to do, but just based on the name, Terror of Luclin, I'm thinking like a spooky moon kind of thing, right? Because Luclin is a moon of Norath. And I'm thinking, in my head, Cthulhu-like. I don't know. That's I think moon. I think Cthulhu. I don't know. And I'm thinking maybe this is going to be like a spooky, darker expansion. I would say. I've seen mention of people saying there might be space cats. Vashir was one of the prominent races during that expansion originally, so maybe they're undead. Undead space cats. I'd like to see snakes. I'd like to see the Shisar come back with a vengeance in some way. It's been probably 20 years since Luclin. I don't know exactly, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's gonna be 6 to 8 zones, I'm gonna say, and I'm guessing with the teleport Umbral Plains. Umbral Plains is probably going to be the Cobalt Scar, the Great Divide-ish of the expansion. Maybe the Eastern Waste style, the first zone you go to. And the gameplay in the background of this is just going to be random footage, nothing related to the video, just whatever. So I want to go into like more like what I would like to see. I know they're probably already have everything set in stone, but what I would like to see. So in the current expansion COV, there are 9 raids that I saw, and 4 group missions. I'd like to see all the raids be equivalent group missions, so that someone who does not raid can at least kind of see the content. It doesn't seem like it would be, a lot of work. I do development for a living, but taking something that's already done as a raid and scaling it down to a group, and maybe deleting, group raid, style mechanics and changing it around, especially something like Zendikar where it's just a tank and spank, something like that, making those all accessible on, for everyone that can do the group missions. I think that would be a fantastic thing to do, and that would give the same amount of group missions as raid missions. Another idea I was thinking of, so during this last experience weekend, I did the Restless Assault instance over and over again, just killing trash to get experience, because it's instance. And for on the server I'm on, it's hard to get a camp during an experience weekend or any kind of other event, and so I would like to see what I'm gonna call zone assaults. The ability for a group of players to spawn an instance of a zone just like a normal zone, so like their own private pick, if you will. This is something I would love to see. Give it like a 6-hour timeout, and give it to everybody in the group just like you do for a group mission, and allow it to not immediately spawn names, but give it a, you know, as you clear percentage of the assault, if you will, have it give a chance to spawn one of the names from, you know, something you've cleared or something that hasn't been cleared yet. And do it like that, you know, 6-hour timeout on clearing a zone when it takes, like, I can clear the entire Great Divide instance of the mobs in just over the amount of time it takes for a lesson. So it's, and that one has, you know, a full thing of the full cave of worms and the full cave of the minotaurs over on the side. And I would, you know, I would expect it, you know, a full clear of a full zone to take like an hour, maybe 2. And that's just, you know, something that you can do for yourself, and you could have that whole zone. You could do it, you know, get your friends together and do it, or, you know, just your box group. But like on these experience weekends, it's impossible to get a group of a space anywhere. Like Western Waste, it was, you could literally like walk around and there's no mobs. So it's pretty bad at times, and it still doesn't hit the threshold for spawning a new pick sometimes, which is pretty annoying. I would also like to see so this is, now we're getting into like my wish list. More bank space or more Dragon Horde space. I would like the whole bank replaced with Dragon Horde, in my opinion. Just get rid of bags in the bank and just have the Dragon Horde be the bank, and give it some more like sorting options and stuff like that. I've recently found the find button on the UI, and I just realized, I think it was earlier today, that if you have the Dragon Horde open while you're searching through the find, it'll actually search Dragon Horde, which to me blew my mind, and I would like to see more of that. I would like it to search the Dragon Horde when it's not open. I think that would be great. Just to, you know, be like, hey, here's all the items in this. You can go get them if you need them, kind of thing. I would like to see food and drink stacked to 1,000. I have no idea why it doesn't. I'm literally wasting a bag of space with food, and it's one of those things that just seems like it should be they sit else everything. I can carry 1,000 ore in one stack. Why can't I carry 1,000 drinks? I don't know. I can carry 1,000 water, but I can't carry 1,000 crafted drinks. So that's the thing. I would like to see druid and wizard buffs. I have a druid. She's 115. It's a decent character. The ADPS that the druids provide. I plan on doing a video on the druid eventually. Just trying to max out her AA before I do that. But the biggest problem I have with the druid is the lack of mana regeneration methods. I am completely mana starved on a druid, and that's if I focus on healing or if I focus on nukes or dots or damage in any way. It's just, I feel like I'm completely mana starved. My cleric, I can heal all day, and the cleric stays at full mana. Shaman, if the shaman loses mana, I can always just cannibalize half my life, and I have all my mana back. So I think druids need some kind of buff to that. Maybe like a tree form that gives them in WoW, there was the druid spell that they turned in like a tree, and they just gave back everybody mana, really, lots of mana. Something like that would really help out the druid class a lot. Maybe make it help the group also. Like my necro has the what is it, Death Blossom, which just is like a really strong lich / cannibalize over time. and I just think that's where I would see druids needing stuff. My druid can solo heal like Zendikar with my Shadow Knight. My druid can do about 200 to 350 DPS, 1000 DPS. I would like to see that higher, but I don't know if how possible that would be. Wizards. I don't play a wizard. I have one. It's at like level 50, but I see a lot of complaints about wizards. I don't see anybody playing a wizard. I'm trying to level it up. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I've become distracted with a warrior that I'm trying to get up to max level right now. But I'd like to see. I see a lot of posts on the forums about wizards being terribly underpowered, and I would like to see them buffed and see how that goes. I would like to see. So let me see here. I'm reading off my notes, but I'm having random gameplay footage going. Let's see here. I'm gonna skip that one for right now. Back to the bank thing. I would like to see a trade skill bank section, kind of like Dragon Horde, but have it be able to be used while you're interacting with a trade skill crafting station. This is kind of like a feature that ESO has where you can pay extra via the perks or subscription service that all your trade skill items can be put into this bank. They stack to whatever, stacking size, say, 10,000 or something like that, and you don't have to worry about them. And if you want to craft something, you just go to the station and you can craft it without having to put the items in your thing. I would literally pay $5 to $10 extra a month just to have this feature, so that it would make things a lot easier for me. But yeah, that's one thing I'd like to see. I've seen mention of people wanting graphical remastering. There's this guy that posts on the Everquest subreddit, and he's doing a remastering of all the textures from Classic. And I think that would be a phenomenal idea. Not changing like the character models or anything, but just upgrading the textures to like an HD 4K kind of texture. I think that would be something nice to see. I would like to see more AAs that cast the highest rank of spells, kind of to alleviate some of the spells that kind of combine things and just make it so you're not casting 14 spells when just some kind of optimization there to make it a little bit easier to do. Not saying that it's hard, but some kind of optimization like that. Maybe turn some combined into an AA, or take a spell line and put it in an AA, to cast the highest level of whatever you have, kind of thing. Kind of like a multi-bind, so you cast your highest level life taps you have available. That's probably a weak feature. I would like to see Bazaar upgrades. Bazaar came out in Luclin, so this is the terror of Luclin, so I'd like to see more upgrades related to that. Like higher limits. I know there's a perk coming out that does gives you an extra bag slot, and then 12 slot trader bags. I'd like to see more. I have 12 gold accounts, all running Bazaar selling stuff when I'm not playing, and I wish I could consolidate those characters down to one, or one or two characters that can sell a lot more, because it's just so tedious to log into characters, move items around so that they're all full on, what is it, 10 slots, so 100 items maybe. I don't know how many items I can sell at once, but it just seems kind of low. So I'd like to have a way to fix that a little bit for my use. And then so heroic character boosts came out this is from one of the wikis I found. The heroic character boost came out in March 2014. The current level cap at the time was the Call of Forsaken's expansion, which was a level 100 cap. And that was March 2014. In October 2014, Darkened Sea came out and raised the cap to 105. So it's speculated that the level cap will increase to 120 in this next expansion, and I would like to see the heroic boost go to 100. Currently it's at 85. I'd like to see it go to 100 and have some quests added to the Empires of Kunark expansion, so that you can get your mercenary and all that stuff there, and any of that other intro stuff you get from that House of Thule entry level area added there. I would like to see a new mercenary tier. Currently, I think it's like Journeyman. Maybe add the Adept tier or something like that. Just a little bit stronger mercenary that can, do a little bit more in the form of action, or just add more ranks to it of some sort to make, the heroic boost to be able to actually do things in that expansion. I know it's a pretty hard expansion. I was able to solo through most of it with Gnome Regard doing Trents and stuff like that, but to do the group missions and stuff, it seemed a little bit harder when I was doing those with my multi-boxing group. So I'd like to see that, and that's where I think it's gonna go. Like 100, then you go 105 in EOK, 105 to 110 in Ring of Scale, and then 110 to 115 in TOV, and then you're doing all the other stuff throughout that, because TOV has a massive experience bonus to doing the quests, whereas none of the other expansions have that. COV didn't have any kind of experience that I can remember when I was looking at all the rewards. I think there was some AA points, but for the most part there wasn't the massive 50% of a level just for beating a heroic mission. Maybe the Zendikar one did. I don't know. I'll have to look again. See here. And then you would get into the 115 to 120, which would be in the Terror of Luclin, and I don't know how they're going to do that, if it's going to be quest based or if it's going to be grind based or whatnot, how it traditionally was. But those are just some of some of the thoughts I've had. I've been just kind of keeping a list, since I been thinking about this, and just some things that would make things these feel like they'd be easy wins, right? Stacking food to 100, or to 1,000. That's a DB update. That's, to me, seems easy. I don't see the downside to that. People are still selling it in the bazaar. I don't see the downside to that one. The trade scale bank thing that I was talking about, more bank space, they're obviously adding more bank space in some capacity, because they're adding more bags, they're adding another inventory slot. So there's more slots coming. But I'm thinking the major issue is trade scale items, for me anyway. I'm assuming anybody that's trying to do like the artisan prize is in the same I have no room for anything. I have two characters at this point just full of random trade skill items I just parcel off because I have no more room on Gnome Regard to do anything with him besides what he has in his open slots are for looting during quests. I'd like to see bigger bags also for the inventory. I think 42 or 44 is the max size right now. I would like to see 50. And I would like to see the inventory to be able to have like a list view, almost like a table, to just kind of remove the need for looking at each individual bag. I know this is probably a horrible idea to some people, but I don't know. Viewing data in a table format to me is more easily consumable than trying to look through, 10 bags and look for an item that you have to hold Alt on, and if the bag is not in the right Z, right? Yeah, I think it'd be Z. Z-axis, you're not going to be able to see it because the other bag is going to clip over it, covering up the text from that other bag. So it's, you know, it's one of those, it's a usability thing, honestly. You know, and to me, it's just, I'm dealing with lots of trade skill items, so it's, you know, very close to my use case. But yeah, the level 100 boost, druids buffs, wizard buffs, more space, more storage. Zone assaults would be awesome. More group missions equivalent to the amount of raids, I would say. I think that would be kind of cool. Just have like a raid version of every, or a group version of every raid would be pretty sweet. And if it's in a spooky Cthulhu-like theme, I know in the zone Fear itself, there's a lot of updated Cthulhu-looking, I can't even remember how to say the name. The things from the Plane of Fear that drop the Shadow Knight armor. Those things just look so awesome, and I would love to see those all over the moon, messing things up. I don't know the lore behind any of this, so it might not even be a doable thing. But yeah, just some thoughts and speculation that I have about the upcoming Terror of Luclin. I keep saying Luclin, but Luclin is the official pronunciation of that. So if anybody else has any ideas or things they would like to see, please leave a comment or whatnot, and we can talk about it. I would just love to see everybody else's ideas on what they think would happen or features they would like to see in this upcoming expansion or a future expansion that is not announced yet. But thank you for watching and have a great day.